Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a crossbow test on the Magnus Black Hornet 150 grain broadhead, so stay tuned. So let's real quick take a closer look at the Magnus Black Hornet 150s. I've got both versions here. I've got the regular, if you want to call it that, blade style, the double bevel blade style, and I've also got the Ser-Razor version, so the serrated blade, and we're going to be shooting the serrated version today. But just know that the overall profile of them is exactly the same. So the flight characteristics between the regular blade style and the serrated blade style is going to be the same. But guys, as it is with all Magnus heads, this is another one that it's just awesome. And I personally don't have history with this head, but I know a lot of people that do. Some friends of mine here that have shot some really big Southwest Michigan whitetails with this head. Troy Fowler, the Ranch Fairy, if you haven't watched his channel, go watch it. He loves these heads. He calls them the foamer with just how well they perform on some of those feral hogs down in Texas. But as far as specs and stuff go, so like all the Magnus heads, you're going to have a 420 stainless main blade and bleeders on this one. So this is the first head that I've shot from them where I do have the bleeder blades on there. But it's a main blade, 0.059 thousandths thick, so a pretty stout main blade. And what you guys will notice is it's got a good cutting diameter. I mean, it's a fairly wide head for how short the profile is, but it's also just it's a stout head with that thick blade and that ferrule coming almost all the way to the tip of the main blade with that Magnus Tonto tip on it. So this is a tough head, you guys. This is a head that's made to withstand some hard impacts, to go through bone if you have to. But it's also a head that, with that 420, it's going to hold a good edge for you. So 420 stainless is a steel that I really like, just because it is hard enough to hold a good edge and keep that edge through the animal, but it's not so hard that it's difficult to resharpen. So I haven't ever had a problem resharpening Magnus heads, and if for some reason your broadhead gets to a point where it's difficult to resharpen, or the blade profile just starts getting a little weird, the replacement blades for them are not very expensive at all. And guys, if you break a Magnus head, like all of their heads, they have a lifetime replacement guarantee. So if you break them, bend them, whatever, if you want to send them back to Magnus, you can. They're going to send you a brand new one for free. The ferrule is a high-grade aluminum. I have not had any problems shooting, deer, having arrows go through targets, skip off the ground, and end up in trees or things like that. Like, I have not bent an aluminum ferrule from Magnus. So these are tough heads, just like all their other ones. But I'm interested to see how they fly with that profile. I have a feeling they're going to fly well. But this will be the first head that I've shot that I know it's not a true 4-blade, but it is one that's got a little bit more of a just overall surface area. So we're going to see how it does pushing it out of a crossbow that is rated at 430 feet per second. So we're going to shoot it out of my Killer Instinct Vital X 430. So again, factory rated. It's a 430 feet per second crossbow, but we're going to be shooting it with a little bit heavier arrow. So this total arrow setup with the 150 grain Magnus Black Hornet on it, this is a 480 grain arrow setup. So we're going to be just under probably 400 feet per second with this setup. And we're going to test it out to 40 yards today. So let's go see how it flies. Let's see how we did here. Looks like it's just a little high. So my target's getting kind of chewed up. So I ripped off just a little piece of tape and I put it in the middle of those top 2 dots. You guys will see it when we get up here, but that's what I was aiming at. And this is at 40 yards. So not bad. I mean, we're just a little high and a little left, but we can make an adjustment for that. It's also a little breezy. I was trying to time it up to not be too windy when I shot it. It looked like the arrow flew just fine. I didn't see it wobbling when it was flying. So we might just make a minor optic adjustment. We should be dialed in. All right, everybody, I'll be straight with you. So my camera died after that first shot, and I was pressed a little bit here for time to get this particular setup dialed in, because this is the setup that my wife is going to be hunting with. So I really wanted to just get it all dialed in. So I apologize. I didn't get more than that first shot. So you're going to have to take my word for it. But on that first shot, arrow flight was great. The arrow that I saw when I was looking through the optics, it didn't wiggle, it didn't corkscrew, it didn't do anything goofy. It flew true. It just hit a little bit high, a little bit left. So I did put a tape measure on it after what you guys saw, and it was just under 2 inches high and right about 1.5 inches to the left. So not bad. And my criteria, as far as like my margin for error goes, you know, kind of what I consider to be good based on kind of like my reticle dot size, like all that kind of stuff, is I want to be hitting a 3-inch circle at whatever range I feel like is my effective range, or that kind of determines my effective range, if you want to put it that way. And for my wife, I wanted a setup where she could be confident shooting 40 yards. So that's why we shot 40 yards today. And this was right there. And after a very minor optic adjustment, and granted too, I was kind of trying to understand what was the wind and what was actual arrow flight, because it was pretty breezy. But subsequent shots after minor optic adjustment was within a 3-inch circle and flying true at 40 yards. So this head, just like every other Magnus head, you guys, is another winner. And it's no secret, I am an absolute huge fan of Magnus products. I will be transparent with you guys. They did send me these to test. I mean, I really do. I love Magnus stuff, and there's a lot of reasons for that, you guys. They fly really well. They perform really well. They use really high quality materials, but they don't cost a ton of money. Like, they're very reasonably priced, and they have the lifetime warranty. So if you do break them, you can get a replacement for free. Push them super fast out of a crossbow. They fly fantastic. I put them on my compound. They fly fantastic. I really can't say enough good things about Magnus heads, because to me, they are the bar for fixed blade heads as far as cost, materials used, performance, and flight. And the Black Hornets, they're no exception. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize I didn't get as much footage as I normally do, but I think from what you saw, this head is another winner. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Magnus. Thank you, Troy, for hooking me up with these heads to test for you guys. And if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, I just ask, please do me a favor and hit the like button down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys soon on the next video. Take care. God bless. And remember, be a sportsman, make a sportsman.